Yeah, and some more key things, more keys to really understanding the science of savagery, to understanding this thing, is the beaten wife complex that has been developed all through American history and our experience in America. Understand, first and foremost, man, our experience is unlike anyone else's that has been here. You understand? Our experience with success is totally different from any other race of people that has been here. You understand? So therefore, now our approach to success is very different than any other people that is in America. You know, that is some of the key shit that we need to understand, dog. Is black people are not like anyone else here, man. Like I say, man, we're the only other people that are not immigrants here besides white folks. And if you want to be technical, we're the only people that are not immigrants here. White folks are the original immigrants, being real. They always saying, oh, go back to your country, trying to tell folks to go back to their country. But white folks are in everybody country invading their shit and trying to take their shit. You know what I'm saying? They in Africa, they in damn, they in goddamn the Middle East taking shit. They everywhere taking. And they always telling somebody that they need to get out of their shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's, it really shows, just the whole pointing finger thing, how they say, when you pointing your finger, it's three of them pointing back at you. You know what I'm saying? you know three of your own fingers pointing back at yourself. So you got white folks saying, oh, you need to go back to your country and all this. No, we'll fucking go back home when you get the fuck out of ours. You understand? We'll fucking go back home when you get out of ours and you take your ass back home. You understand? That type of deal. But these are the type of things that we let them get away with, and we let them tell us, and like I say, we become zombies therefore after that. you know and now, man, we're at the point where we're more obedient to white people and the white man than we are to our own divine selves and the voice within inside us, which is the kingdom and which is the Most High. Like Christ said, man, the kingdom is within. The kingdom is within, and the kingdom means Christ, God, and everything. You know what I'm saying? Heaven, everything is within. He didn't say look up in the sky. You know what I'm saying? So, but we're more obedient to the white man and his materials and his dollar, but just like it said in 2 Corinthians 4:4, man, the God of this world has blinded the minds of the people. And like I said, the God of this world is the dollar bill and the white man with his materialism, you know. And, like I said, man, just understanding the whole beaten wife complex that we've developed all through history, that America has genetically ingrained in us type, the being wife complex, and nobody else really has this complex, but black folks mostly have it to where, it's really on some, like we're the greatest prostitutes in America, where we're the greatest prostitutes in the country, to where, you know, we're the greatest majority of people that's doing some shit that they really don't want to do, you know, and they know it, and being, like I said, being that we're attempting to serve two masters, we go to work on Monday through Friday, and on Sunday we call ourselves coming to God, you know, and just like the good book says, like I say, man, y'all can't be reading the good book, because you're serving two masters, man, you know. And you're not putting your foot down. And when you don't put your foot down, these are the things that happen, when you let people convince you of foolish things, and the whole beaten wife complex that has developed from slavery up until now. And now it's to the point where, it's really like eat the cake anime, perform and get my money. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say we're the greatest prostitutes, because that's what we do. We perform, we work, and we get his money, and in America, that's why I say it's the beaten wife complex and the Tina Turner complex. And America is like and black folks are like Tina Turner, and for the simple fact that we get beaten and we get killed. Our people get killed and things happen. So many injustices happen, and yet we still, go to these churches and pray and vow to be a better people and say we're gonna do better and shit like that. But we did nothing to even deserve the treatment in the first fucking place. You know what I'm saying? That's a mental illness. That's a complete mental illness, and it has to be diagnosed. It has to be diagnosed. You know, and another thing is just understanding that we're at war right now. I mean, we've been at war ever since they made the Constitution. Everything that they have penned is just them devising evil by law. And this is the greatest warlike people and the greatest warlike country, you know, other than, you know, the Roman government that supposedly killed Christ. This is the Roman government that killed Christ. This is Roman reloaded. You understand? You know, so when you understand those dynamics, man, then we can really, you know, go for the jugular, and we can really have some solutions, you know. But when you running off and you've done absolutely nothing to receive the treatment, and you running off and you talking about forgiveness and love and forgiving everybody still and praying for your enemies, bro, you a motherfucking fool. You know, and it's so crazy, and that's why I say, you know, people can't be reading the Bible, because the Bible says, you know, I hate thee with a perfect hatred, and I count my enemies. You know, I hate thee with a perfect hatred, and I count my enemies. It don't say, you know, well, where does it say pray for your enemies and shit like that, you know, and love your enemies, and nah, bruh. You know, it say I hate thee with a perfect hatred, and I count my enemies. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know who they are, you know. So, you know, just understanding the way that they've devised evil by law, just like it say in Proverbs, he who devises evil by law. You know, like I said, well, I'm gonna have a Bible study where I break out all that on you, because I got all of it written down. But Proverbs, you know, he who devises evil by law, and this is the one. You know, this is the one, man. You know, so. Just like I say, man, you know, like the 13th Amendment is completely the sophistication of slavery. You know, the Dred Scott decision lets you know what's up. Everything lets you know what's up. So what's most important now is for the sisters, black women, sisters. You know, stop blaming black men. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, we really need y'all on board. I really need you on board. You know, black women are the most important thing on the planet right now, you know, and it's very important that y'all cut out right now the whole niggas ain't shit campaigning and, you know, independent campaigning and all that bullshit, because no other woman says they want to be by themselves. You know, to say independent means I want to be alone. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I'm just saying, you know, and just stop biting the fruit. Just stop biting the forbidden fruit. Stop biting into the forbidden fruit, because that's all they putting out for you here, man. You know, think like a man, forbidden fruit. You know what I'm saying? You know, because really, generally, you know, and all sisters would agree with me on this. You know, generally, men don't have a concept of self-respect. You know what I'm saying? That's the main concept that separates the male and feminine, the male and feminine species, really. You know what I'm saying? Not just black people, but the male and feminine species. You know, like, you know, nothing, you know, men don't generally have a concept of self-respect. You know, it's women who innately and naturally have this concept of self-respect. You understand? And so therefore, when you feed into the forbidden fruit that they put out here for you, and the propaganda and the mind control of think like a man, you know, that's basically you feeding into the concept of, I'm gonna have no self-respect for myself. You know, I have no self-respect. I'm gonna throw away my self-respect. You know. And that's basically what you're feeding into, because, you know, really, men need to get on y'all level. Have you ever thought to yourself why? You know, I can guarantee you they'll never make a movie called Think Like a Woman. And have you ever thought to yourself, why is that? You know what I'm saying? Because it's all media propaganda and chauvinistic nature. You know what I'm saying? The man has done nothing for the motherfucking world. You know, the man has created diseases. The man has created nuclear bombs. The man has fucking left the world poor and hungry. You know what I'm saying? I'm 100%, I'm 99.5% confident that the woman would, you know, that this world would be in a totally opposite shape, if the feminine energy was given light, and if the feminine energy was really, was really promoted and invested in the way that it should be. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important that we get our sisters on board, to stop blaming black men and, with all these niggas ain't shit campaigning, because niggas is dying. Niggas is in jail, and believe it or not, a lot of those brothers that are in jail are probably, and a lot of those troubled brothers, are probably the ones that are your knight in shining armor, because so many of our leaders, like I said earlier, man, really all of our leaders were locked up, and if they couldn't kill them, they they put them in jail, you know what I'm saying? So there's a very true and deep essence to when these rappers say, all the real niggas either dead or in jail type. That's damn near true, So when you understand that aspect, when you understand the war that's going on, you know that you gotta fight for it. You know that you gotta fight for it, and understand that to conspire against the black man, to kill the black man, and to lock him up, and to have him on parole and probation, and have him in the system in the numbers that they do, is war on you as well. It totally correlates with the number of single black women, does it not? You know what I'm saying? So when we take into account of these things, and we acknowledge these things and take responsibility for our community, I know, not believe, I know that we can move forward to solutions. We can move forward into solutions. Because it's all interconnected. It's all interconnected. And it's very important that black women get off each other's back. You know what I'm saying? Stop being so competitive with each other and always trying to compete with each other and looking at each other as enemies. The thing is, you're both beautiful. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, you know what I'm saying? You know that y'all are both, big dogs. You know that y'all are both bosses. But in for some reason that creates friction with black people when you got two bosses, and we have this ego. Before we could move that ego out the way, many times we let the ego take over, and it ends up being friction there when it's really supposed to be God's work going on when two or more come together in my name. But oftentimes two bosses see each other and have friction and shit. So that's really one of the things that's going on with black women, because they've always been more mature. They've always pretty much been more mature. But it's just key that we understand these things at this time in the war. Key that we understand these things this time in the war. And just understanding that they got us working so hard. They got us working so hard that thought has actually become something profound. You know what I'm saying? Like, people to be like, oh man, that Prophet Williams, boy, that nigga, they'll be kicking that shit. And true enough, I do be kicking some of that shit. I do. But, some of these things are, things that many of y'all have thought about, that probably, that all of y'all done thought about at one time or before, So, understanding that, man, the key is they got us working so hard, we ain't even got time to think about the real shit, And if we do got time to think about the real shit, it's like, hell, we ain't got no time to really act on that shit, because it's like, hell, we gonna lose this, we gonna lose our money, So that's why I said earlier, they've equated black success and black progression with, illegal outlaw type shit, and we've been made to not do the right thing. We've been made to feel wrong for doing the right thing. And when someone makes you feel wrong for doing the right thing, when you're afraid to do the right thing, when they made you afraid to do the right thing, then you have been, ultimately made afraid of your divine higher self and the Most High. And now you're at war with your divine higher self and the Most High. And that is the savagery. That's the science of savagery in the human race, man. So I love you so much. God bless. Peace and blessing, man. I'll comment on this video. Cheers.